Welcome, welcome. I'm your host, Brian Halley, and you're listening to the Brandstanding podcast. I'm excited to help you unlock the magic of brand strategy to supercharge your business in a way that's practical, easy, and fun. So let's dive in. Welcome to the Brandstanding podcast. My name is Brian Halley, and I'm here with my wife and co-host, the all-knowing Emily Halley. How you doing today, Em?
Wow. Hi. I am glad to be here. Excited to talk about some archetypes with you today.
Awesome. In previous episodes, we have talked about the three phases of branding: the
Mhm.
message, the identity, and the expression. We went through the four pillars that were inside the message phase: the purpose, the position, the promise, and personality. And we're in the middle of a series taking a deep dive into brand archetypes, which showed in the personality pillar,
Mhm.
how they can help you supercharge your brand personality and connect with your potential customers. And so today we're going to walk you guys through a chunk of archetypes. The next chunk, that's the hero, the outlaw, and the magician.
It's an awesome
Ooh,
chunk.
ooh. But first, let's review for the listeners what an archetype is.
Yeah. So, an archetype is a universally recognized pattern, symbol, or character type that reflects fundamental human experiences, emotions, and behaviors. And archetypes were first noticed by psychologist Carl Jung, who noticed that certain characters kept popping up in stories all over the world, even though these societies had no contact with each other. They were separated by time and space. The same types of characters were showing up in stories, religions, myths, and so he theorized that we all shared some kind of collective subconscious, and these characters resonate with us like the human experience, and they tap into shared cultural and emotional truths.
That's absolutely the most powerful thing if you can get a brand on top of that, because everyone instantly recognizes these character types. And this makes them brand super shortcuts.
Mhm.
And your marketing and how you launch your company, it is very powerful. And you could save a ton of time.
Right. We want companies to adopt brand archetypes as like the basis for their personality because remember how we talked in an earlier episode about how you only have 3 to 7 seconds for somebody to remember who you are and what you're all about. If you are aligning yourself with one of these archetypes and everybody in the world already understands who they are, you're giving people verbal and visual cues to already tie them in without them even realizing what's happening. They understand who you are and what you're all about. So that saves you time and money in the marketing process and makes your marketing more effective faster.
And there's not a ton of these. There's not like hundreds of them, and it's not super complex.
Yeah,
Um,
there's 12.
yeah.
There's 12. Let me go over the list really quick for you guys. So there's the innocent, the explorer, the sage, the hero, outlaw, magician, jester, lover, everyman, caregiver, ruler, and creator.
Okay. Movies use these archetypes quite often because they
Mhm.
want amazing shortcuts in the short time that they're in the theater.
Yeah.
They don't have a lot of time. So I'm curious, Emily, what are some of the archetypes that show up in Harry Potter?
Okay. So in Harry Potter, you have Harry is the hero. Also, pretty much everybody in the movie is a magician, so I don't know if there's just, like,
Interesting. Yeah.
one magician character going on because it's everybody. So he's a hero and a magician. Dumbledore is the sage or the, like, primary mentor, also coincidentally a magician. Sirius Black is the outlaw character. Fred and George Weasley are the jester character. Their mother, Molly Weasley, is the caregiver, and Ginny is the lover slash companion.
Awesome. Yeah. And so to catch you guys up, we're on the second of 4 episodes exploring, these 12 archetypes. In the last episode, we covered the innocent, the explorer, and the sage. We went deeper into those. Today, we're gonna be looking at the hero, the outlaw, and the magician. And if you're interested in choosing an archetype for your brand, here's a tip. What you're looking for is an archetypal story that aligns with your brand mission, your brand goals, and one that's authentic to you, your company culture, and your customers'
Mhm.
goals and values. That's what you're
Yeah,
looking
and
for.
that's really important. So as you're listening to these different archetypal stories, pay close attention to what aligns with you and what would align with your customers because it's important that both of those two things are in harmony. So, what I think helps is if you learn about all of them, and then it's usually pretty easy to narrow them down to 2. People usually have to choose between 2 and then think deeply about your goals and about your customers and pick the one that matches the best. So, we want to give credit where credit is due. We are basing this series on the work of Margaret Mark and Carol S. Pearson in their book, The Hero and the Outlaw.
Fantastic book. We have brand hundreds of brands,
Yep.
really
So
created them
if you wanna
using
if you wanna get more in depth, go ahead and grab that book off of Amazon.
yes. And so the reason why we grouped the hero, the outlaw, and the magician together is because even though, these are really different characters, they all have the same basic goals. They want to leave a mark or make a difference in the world, but they go about that goal in different ways and for different reasons.
Okay, so what would you say are the goals of these guys? Like, how are they different?
Okay, yeah, let's check it out. So, hero is focused on overcoming challenges, achieving greatness or mastery, and inspiring or saving others. The outlaw rebels against the status quo in order to seek liberation,
Okay.
and the magician aims to create transformation, mystery, and wonder. So let's talk about them. Let's go into these, starting with the hero.
Okay, yeah. Let's start with the hero. So, other names for the hero are the warrior, the champion, and the victor. The hero archetype, like Brian said, is all about making the world better through mastery, through discipline, and through courage.
Yeah, the heroes face challenges head on. They overcome adversity. They stand up for the vulnerable. You'll find them on the battlefield, in sports arenas, workplaces, or even political arenas.
Mhm.
Wherever there's a fight for justice or a cause to be the champion.
Heroes are also known for their focus, their determination, their energy. They instinctively confront problems. They're driven by a deep sense of justice and they work tirelessly to achieve specific goals.
Yeah, they align really well with products that are tough, wouldn't you say, Emily?
Right.
They're like products that are resilient and built to help people perform at their best.
Hmm.
They embody strength and determination. Let's see, empowering users to tackle their own challenges and come out stronger.
Yes. Yes. So, Brian, when have you felt the hero story in your life?
Oh, I feel this archetype because I play a lot of sports. I love to get outdoor as well, but I do love sports, and I see this in the underdog stories, like sports teams who come from behind and win. In movies as well, the protagonist rises from the ashes and conquers huge barriers. Love that. I want to see someone who has struggles and a mentor has to step and teach them to become better. Just like you mentioned earlier with Harry Potter,
Hmm.
Dumbledore comes in and teaches them how to be better.
Awesome. So, I had to think about this for a while because I don't know if I align as much with the hero as I do with other stories, but I definitely feel this come up for me in a big way whenever I see any kind of injustice. I get really angry when I see someone have their rights trampled on or when someone vulnerable is abused in any way. This is especially true when it happens to my kids or to my students. So I don't know if like hero and mama bear are the same archetype, but it comes out like really, really bad in those instances. The impulse there is it makes me want to fight. It makes me wanna take necessary steps to right the wrong, whatever it takes.
All right, let's talk about the call.
Yeah.
There's a call that each one of these archetypes have. Um, it sounds like the call for the hero story is the kind of situation like when a bully kicks sand in your face, like you're talking about, or
Mhm.
someone tries to intimidate or abuse you. There's some kind of challenge or someone needs to be defended or protected.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I think that's the fascination with Superman. Like we just for
Yeah.
those people, the humans that can't quite
Yeah.
defend themselves.
We love the hero.
Yeah.
Love a hero. Okay, so if you are thinking about the hero archetype for your brand, there are 3 ways that a brand could embody the hero through its storytelling, depending on what your product or service is. So let's go through the first level. This level is all about either developing boundaries, like this is right, this is wrong, this is how far one should go, or it's about developing competence, mastery, expressed through achieving something great. You're motivated or tested through competition. So this is like the basic level of the hero. It's about competition, proving yourself through great acts, mastery, things like that. So products and services that would fall into this category would be things like fitness and training equipment, sports equipment, achievement tracking tech like fitness trackers, personal trainers, coaching, competitive events, self improvement workshops, certifications that show progress, kind of like working your way up through the different belts in martial arts, things like that.
All right, great. And that's level one. Level two, as with a soldier, doing your duty for your country, organization, community, or even your family. And places you would see that is like team oriented gear, problem solving tools like Swiss Army knife, emergency preparedness kits. Let's see, symbolic products for shared values like flags or medals, leadership development programs like boot camp designed to train individuals to lead teams, community service opportunities, civic engagement, group training experiences, survival training, all level two.
Okay. And then the third level is the hero using his or her strength, competence, or courage for something that makes a difference to themselves and to the world. So whereas level 1 is just about like proving yourself, level 3 is about how do we take that achievement and how do we make the world better.
Hmm.
So this would be products and services that are like philanthropy based, eco-friendly products that then send proceeds to charity, innovative technologies that address global challenges, symbolic tools of change like books, art, or materials that inspire courage or action, empowerment focused kits, social impact consulting, global leadership summits, nonprofit organizations, things like that.
Nice. Definitely a strong archetype. Now, when you're marketing to the hero, the design elements of the hero archetype should evoke strength, determination, empowerment, aligning with its qualities of courage and mastery. So, here's a breakdown of how each element contributes to the hero's identity.
And these are things that people would expect to see in a hero story, right? So if you are a brand and you make these design choices, then you are cueing your customer into we're the hero story, right? Because they're expecting to see this.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
already done. It's in their subconscious. They've seen this story happening all over the place. You're just putting your brand into that place where they can see it quicker. Let's start with color. A good choice for hero are pure tones and bold colors. Use strong and saturated hues like red and orange to symbolize strength, action, and vitality. These colors communicate energy, confidence, and power, key traits of a hero, definitely.
Perfect. It reminds me of Superman's suit, right?
Yeah,
Just the pure color. Okay. Another way to do hero color is to use complementary color schemes. So, if you remember on the color wheel, complementary colors are the ones that are opposite from each other. And these create a dynamic contrast, which creates a sense of balance, of harmony, and reinforces the hero's discipline and focused nature.
great. Also, choose images with high contrast lighting. You can utilize sharp contrast to create drama and intensity, reflecting that hero's resilience and ability to rise above challenges. You can have an upward focus, like feature imagery that suggests ascension or growth or overcoming obstacles. Heroes are always striving for greater heights. So we sometimes tell photographers to, get lower. Look at
Oh,
the
and then the camera's looking
look at the
up.
subject up. Yes, whether it's a product or it's a person, give them that feel for images.
Okay. Also, you could do larger than life depictions. So you could show subjects in a way that emphasizes their strength and their significance, such as a hero standing against a horizon in some kind of action packed pose. Right. Also, harsher shadows and contrast, similar to the high contrast lighting you were just talking about. This element can add like a gritty, determined feel. I would imagine you'd probably use this more with like soldiers
Yeah, the
fighting, right?
Marines,
Yeah,
Army,
it's
Air
kind of a
Force,
gritty.
Navy,
This
yeah.
underscores perseverance, like through struggle.
Yeah. Now we go to the layout. Like, what fonts do we use for this? What do they expect? What do we see? Well, you want that strength to come through. So you choose strong, clean, and impactful typefaces that have confidence and clarity. You don't want wispy, thin, softer, flowy fonts. You want strength. You want that strength to come through. So sans serif fonts with weight work really well. Also incorporating clear structured lines to guide the eye and emphasize organization and decisiveness. You see this in hero stuff.
Mhm.
It's very strong.
Right. Also large headings. Your headline should demand attention and immediately communicate purpose or a call to action. Also, you want your layout to be functional. So we're not looking for anything lavish or ornamental. We want it to be straightforward. We want it to be focused, usable, because the hero is going to value efficiency and getting the job done.
Yeah, yeah. All right, now we look at the messaging. You want inspired tones. Use language that encourages the audience to take action and believe in their ability to overcome obstacles. That's a good message.
Yeah, similarly, you want the messaging to resonate with the audience, their desire to achieve goals and triumph through their effort and their focus. So you want them to feel empowered and determined.
Nice. Yeah, and a way to do this is with motivational phrases like rise to the challenge, take massive action, or unleash your potential. Your brand voice should be motivational. Speak directly to the audience's inner drive to succeed, encouraging and pushing them forward. Be self disciplined, emphasize themes of hard work, perseverance, and responsibility. Be direct and self confident. The voice should project authority and assurance, inspiring trust and confidence in the brand or the message that you have.
Great. Okay, so I wanted to talk to you a little bit about some other aspects of marketing. It would be important to use ads that spur competition or challenge, inspire somebody to face a fear, or show competitors bragging about their exploits. That would probably be more like in that level one aspect of the brand. Rather than steer heroes in the direction of using their strength to conquer, focus the story around channeling strength to peacemaking, as well as stories that promote values and social responsibility. So that's getting more up into the upper levels of that archetype. You can feature natural terrain that would require skill and agility to navigate, machines and offices where things are getting done, horses, cars, planes, people, or anything moving fast or that is powerful. All of those types of things evoke this hero energy.
Yeah, and you're probably thinking of brands that align with this. And the one we're gonna focus on today is Nike. I'm gonna play this ad so you can kinda hear the words that are inside it, all the stuff we just talked about. And this ad, that we're gonna show is for the is it International
Women's Day.
Women's Day. Yeah, they're showing women doing sports, and that's what they're speaking of when you hear this audio.
One day, we won't need this day. We won't need a day to celebrate how far we've come. We won't need a day to prove we're just as fast or strong or skilled. We won't need a day to relive the comebacks, the firsts, or the titles we've won. We won't need a day to rally behind the ones fighting to change the rules. One day, we won't need this day at all, because one day, this day, will be our everyday.
Oh, that's inspiring.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Oh, that's great. So yeah, that one definitely hits the power, the strength, the underdog stories of the hero. I almost tear up because I'm rooting for these women that have the potential in them and they just haven't been given the chance. And it's like,
Mhm.
yes. All right. What about the ads that go with it? What are some that you
Yeah, we chose a couple of print ads. We've got one here that says, "If you don't want to win, you've already lost." And then it says,
powerful
"Just do it" at the bottom.
Mhm.
And then another one that says, "Don't wait until you've won a ring
To play
to
like it?
play like it."
Yeah, it's football.
So, yeah, so one of these is a basketball player is featured, and then another one is a football player
And
that's
so again,
featured.
and the text is bold. It's strong. It's bold colors. All the
Mhm.
stuff we talked about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One of them is just black and white, and the other one is got this bright pure blue
Yeah.
and white. So very, very bold.
Yep. And other hero brands that you would know are FedEx, Snickers, the Marines, Olympics, NASA, Red Cross, Under Armour, Reebok, the Air Force, and Wheaties.
Perfect. So the hero archetype would be a good identity for a brand if your brand has an invention or an innovation that will have a major impact on the world. If your product or service helps people perform at their upper limit, if it addresses a major social problem, if there's a clear opponent or competitor to beat, if you are the underdog and you want to rival the competition, if the strength of the product or service is its ability to do a tough job efficiently and well, if you need to differentiate it from a product that has problems with follow through, and if the customer base identifies as good moral citizens. If you checked a few of those boxes, this might be a good archetype to consider using.
All right. Next is the outlaw. This is the maverick, the revolutionary, and the rebel. The outlaw comes in two forms. On one side, it's the hero who challenges the oppression and fights for justice, like Robin Hood or Zorro, inspiring change through movements like civil rights campaigns or anti war protests. On the darker side, it can become angry and destructive, thriving on fear and defiance, as seen in mobsters, extremists, or rebellious subcultures.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think the difference here between the outlaw and the hero is that the hero always fights for justice on the side of the law, but for the outlaw, the problem is with the law, right? Like Robin Hood was fighting the sheriff. So the law is the problem.
Because Superman is protecting the law and he's
Mhm.
honest and he holds true to that. And that's
Right,
why we love that.
right.
This one's like, wait, that law is wrong.
Yes.
What's
Yeah, so that's the difference. Outlaws represent what society often rejects. So they represent rebellion, forbidden desires, breaking the rules. They tap into our fascination with danger, the thrill of defiance. Brands aligned with the outlaw archetype often embrace this kind of edgy vibe, offering products that feel rebellious, indulgent, or daring, sometimes even bad for you.
Okay, okay. So, Emily, how have you felt this archetype in your life?
Yeah, so this one was a tough one for me again because
She's so good.
I am definitely a rule follower to a toxic degree, if that's possible. However, I have felt the outlaw story at times when I perceive that people have experienced injustice because of the law, like we talked about. So, um, when I teach my students about things like slavery or the civil rights movement, for example, I strongly empathize with Black Americans who were brave enough to defy the law until the law changed.
Okay. Going against the law. Why is this here? Why is
Yes.
this stuff happening?
Yes.
Okay. I relate to this one simply for the fact that I think the creator archetype has similar characteristics. I love creativity and I loved thinking outside of the box or marching to the beat of your own drum. And that always allowed me to create new things, to do things differently.
Mhm.
However, the outlaw deliberately breaks the mold for a different purpose. I was doing it to create and to move forward. They're doing it uh, to find a sense of rebellion and liberty. I
Mhm.
think I do this most when I drive. That's where I see this a lot.
Yeah, everybody watch out.
I was trying to think like I deliberately break the mold of speed limits, not to the extreme. I'm not dangerous, but
That's debatable.
I push the boundaries. I can't be locked into the box is kind of what I'm feeling, and it gives me a sense of like rejecting the control of the things that were placed on me, and not getting caught
Oh,
in one.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So the call then to the outlaw story happens when people start to experience a powerlessness or they get angry because they're mistreated, they are oppressed or held down in some way.
All right.
Like, how dare you put a speed limit on me?
So let's look at the levels that are don't put, nice. Not going to live that one down.
Nope.
All right. Hey, Brent. Level one is identifying as an outsider, disassociating from the values of the group or society in a way that flies in the face of conventional behaviors and morality. Focuses on rejecting mainstream values and embracing a unique identity as an outsider. Alternative fashion companies would work for this. Uh, Things that are edgy, unconventional clothing and accessories like leather jackets, band tees, or combat boots. Let's see, independent media or literature, DIY customization kits, culture merchandise, tattoo and piercing studios, niche community spaces, offbeat travel experiences, non traditional education.
Definitely. Level 2 of this archetype would be behaving in shocking or disruptive ways, disrupting norms and challenging authority, being bold or provocative. This could include art or other kinds of political statements, unorthodox consumer goods that have disruptive designs, radical podcasts, indie film platforms, guerrilla marketing, activist workshops, adrenaline fueled activities, underground events, things like that.
Great, great. And then getting to the level 3 is becoming a rebel or a revolutionary. It aims to overthrow oppressive systems and lead meaningful revolutionary change on a broader scale. And you'd see that in protest gear, empowerment literature, like strategies for systematic change, tech for revolutionaries, documentary media, movement building platforms, social impact consulting, activist networks, public advocacy campaigns,
Mhm.
all would fit in level 3.
Yeah, so let's talk about the design elements of the Outlaw. These are aimed at trying to evoke this idea of rebellion or defiance, rejecting the status quo. So there's certain ways to express that design-wise. So, Brian, do you wanna do the colors?
Yeah, let's look at the colors. Obviously, we know kind of the feel, shadowy and intense colors, like deep, moody shades like black, dark reds, or deep purples create an atmosphere of mystery and power. Intense colors like neon green or electric blue can be used sparingly to add energy. Other colors are whatever they want. The outlaw doesn't follow rules, so unexpected or clashing colors can work to shock or disrupt. Think of bold, unconventional combinations that reject traditional
These colors
order.
should not go together, so therefore we shall use them together.
Love it, love it.
Imagery that you would use with the Outlaw story would be edgy, sometimes even racy, depending on what your product or service is. You can use provocative, daring visuals that push boundaries, challenge norms, grab attention. These should evoke a sense of danger or some kind of a thrill. Also, shock value. So sometimes elements that surprise, make people uncomfortable, leave a lasting impression. You can use textured, raw, or unpolished visuals, graffiti, distressed surfaces, urban decay. This kind of highlights the Outlaw's raw authenticity.
I enjoy branding outlaws because the layout, it's going to be unorganized and messy. You deliberately break design rules with chaotic, asymmetrical layouts, overlapping elements, irregular alignment, and unconventional spacing, uh, just to convey rebellion. So it's kind of fun to know the rules of design
Go
and
against
you
them.
deliberately break them. Like, yeah, it's loud and disruptive. You used oversized text, unexpected typographic placement, jarring visuals, uh, contrast to just make a huge statement across the page. Breaking rules and principles like mix clashing fonts or distort images or layer elements in a way that feels wrong but intentional.
But the Outlaw is gonna be like, "I get you."
Yeah, they're like, you're only supposed to use like 2 fonts maximum, and all you're using like 7, and it's like,
Yeah, stick it to the man,
what?
your crazy fonts.
Yeah.
Okay, so the message and the text that you would use, I mean, like, your tone
Mhm.
would be rebellious, speaking directly to the audience's dissatisfaction. So whatever it is that they're bugged with, speak directly to that. Encourage them to challenge authority, embrace their individuality. Messages like break the rules, dare to be different, be unapologetically you would resonate with an outlaw's mindset. The text should feel spontaneous and unconventional, embracing imperfection as kind of your badge of being authentic, right?
Yeah.
Like, this is just who I am, so you're welcome. Your voice would be totally honest, right? Raw, unfiltered. You want to push boundaries. You could use language that challenges norms, but you also want to make sure that it aligns with your audience's values and doesn't alienate them. Also, your voice should inspire the audience to think differently, act boldly, question the status quo. No pretense, no sugarcoating.
All right. Yeah, and outlaw products are best marketed in special interest magazines, like where they would be hanging out, or through flyers, personal ads, and other formats designed to find those outlaws.
Mhm.
Your brand needs to be perceived as countercultural and use alternative types of mediums to reach this kind of audience. This archetype likes some shock value on a continuum ranging from a mildly surprising joke to the truly disturbing. Again, like breaking those rules. An edgy identity and edgy ads are most suited to this archetype. Slash and burn cells are good tactics since the outlaw wants to feel like they got away with something. Like just, events need to be designed to help people kick back and feel free or on
Yeah.
the edge of violating propriety. Yeah. All right. So let's look at an ad.
We're going to look at Harley
Outlaw.
Davidson.
So I'm going to play a commercial here. We'll describe it afterwards, but it definitely is Harley.
This is our American dream. Riding on the ragged edge of existence. Boundless and free on highways and back roads that wander through the stunningly diverse country that we call home. The dream beckons us forward, whispering to us as we ride down unmarked roads, to places that once perched on the edges of our imaginations. Our lives are a rose-stained montage of beautiful and ordinary moments. Deeply meaningful and desperately fleeting. Our stories are not fairy tales or fiction, rather true and honest experiences, brought to life by our desire to chase down the American dream. From sunrise to sunset, from sea to shining sea. To each of us, the dream is different and distinct, but it has a common purpose: to show us what might be, to pull back the veil of the ordinary, to reveal something extraordinary, to take us to all those places we have not yet been. To show us we can do more, see more, feel more, be more. It's the dawn of a new era at Harley Davidson. Together we dream, and united we ride.
All right. So that opened up in a bar,
Okay.
and the music you heard immediately was a guitar.
Electric guitar, Jimi Hendrix style.
A little bit of rebellious.
Sure.
Even when that came out, it was rebellious, you know, that electric guitar.
Yeah. Rock is definitely an outlaw genre.
The words they used,
Oh, yeah. He said living on the ragged edge of existence.
and
That's definitely an outlaw thing to say.
and they found that freedom. They found a breaking outside of the cage, or they found, where
Right. They're out seeking their liberation. Feel like even the vehicle, a motorcycle, is an alternative type of vehicle, right? Most people are driving cars. So the fact that the outlaws have chosen something that not a lot of people ride, and it's more dangerous, it's more risky to ride one of those and survive is like, okay, we'll take the thrill, risk our lives and live on the edge of existence here. They're just kind of going all in.
Yeah, and Harley's done a fantastic job of staying relevant and evolving, but keeping that message, that archetype through the whole thing. In fact, they even do it on their ads. We have an ad that we looked at. Emily, do you want to read that ad?
Oh, yeah. So let me talk about the picture. So we have this wide open landscape with some mountains in the background. It's kind of like a Utah, sagey, deserty kind of landscape. And there's this like one person tent set up and a Harley Davidson next to it. And underneath it says, "We don't care how everyone else does it."
Classic.
Yeah. And I think about like the way that your brother goes camping and brings like a U-Haul trailer with every single thing that anyone could possibly want, right? Like even the pop-up movie projector screen so we can
and you
watch
have
a
a
movie in the
wait,
woods.
you can't have a pop-up movie projector in a campground. He's like, I know, and we also shouldn't have that popcorn maker.
Yeah, the kitchen sink, whatever. It all comes. And I think Harley is saying like, yeah, we don't do it like that. We're gonna do it differently. We're gonna just bare bones, bare minimum. We live on the road.
Yeah, the rules say to do it this way, we're
Yeah,
gonna do
we're
it
gonna do it
this
differently.
way. Yeah, and other outlaw brands you would see are Hard Candy Lipstick, Diesel, Rolling Stone, MTV, Jack Daniels, Captain Morgan Rum, Urban Outfitters, the whole city of Las
The
Vegas.
whole city of Las Vegas.
Yes.
Yes. How many times have we had to scrub our eyeballs after walking past ads in that town?
That's
I
great.
can't unsee this.
But it is a good archetype for certain brands, isn't it?
Yeah. So if if you have a brand, bless your soul, if you have a brand or a company whose customers and employees are feeling very disaffiliated from society, or they identify with values that are at odds of those of society at large, this might be a good archetype for you. If the function of your product is to destroy something, like really, like with a bulldozer or virtually, maybe like with a video game, or you are genuinely a revolutionary, then this is your archetype. If your product is not very good for people,
Yeah, the monster drinks,
yeah.
vape companies,
Mhm,
yeah, those
mhm.
they work.
If it's not very good for people, so using it is like thumbing your nose at society's idea of what constitutes health,
Mhm.
then this might work for you. If your product helps retain values that are threatened by prevailing ones, or it pioneers new revolutionary attitudes, or if your product's price is low to moderate. If you checked some of those boxes, you might want to consider the Outlaw brand.
I love it brings back, like, we've done a few outlaw brands, and they usually don't listen to us, which is
Oh my
so
goodness.
funny.
Yeah.
I love
Oh,
it.
that's right. We were going to say that disclaimer. If you are an Outlaw brand and you want to work with us later on, you have to promise to be nice
Be nice,
and you
and
have to promise to take our advice sometimes.
that the rules can help
We'll
you
put that in the
build
contract.
the rules can help you build a company. It works. Break them, and it could come all crashing down.
Yeah.
All right. The next archetype we're going to cover is the magician. All right. This is the last one in this series of this podcast here, or this episode. And the magician is the inventor, the transformer, the visionary, the catalyst, the charismatic leader, the healer, the medicine man. It's intuitive. It's the wizard. The magician archetype embodies a deep understanding of the world, the vision to create a better future, and the ability to transform dreams into reality. Exciting.
Yes.
Magicians excel at solving problems, uncovering universal truths, and crafting like this win-win solution for everyone.
Right. Yeah. They're focused on innovating, on transforming, on designing products and services that will heal or rejuvenate or empower. That could be through wellness, self improvement, or some kind of groundbreaking technology. Magician brands inspire customers to unlock their potential, also simplify complexities, and achieve lasting results.
Okay. So inside your life, Emily, where has this magician story come in?
Yeah. So, besides walking into Disneyland for the first time,
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
yeah, let's talk about less obvious things. I feel like I've come into the magician archetype more recently. Um, if you remember from last episode, I talked a lot about how much I related to the sage, right? This whole goal of thinking if I just get enough information, if I can just find the right mentor or the right book, then I'm going to be able to change my life.
Mm,
I just need a little bit more information.
okay.
And I feel like at this point, I've realized that there are limits to that logic, that there's only so much control that I have in my life over the world and over myself. And so I feel like the magician story has offered me a way to kind of be able to transform what I can control, like my inner life, examining my past and healing things that have happened to me in the past, seeking peace. I've become very interested in Buddhist philosophy, in meditation, in spirituality generally, and as well as wisdom traditions. What do all of these religions say that are in common? Like, what have they realized about the experience of being human? And I'm super interested in that right now.
Well, yeah, thanks for sharing.
Yeah.
That's great. I went through an awakening when I was 35 years old. I went from a place where I thought a job was the only way to make income. Go to school, get a job, retire. And then I learned of Robert Kiyosaki's cash flow quadrants, where there's the employee, the self-employed, to the business owner, and the investor. There's these quadrants, and I only knew of the employee quadrant. And with learning that and this whole new world, I delved into like a 10-year study of books, reading, business coaches, self-improvement courses. I mean, I was signing up, I was going to, investing in, all the stuff to just learn that I was the captain of my soul. That was my internal transformation. If I wanted to change anything, it would be because of the man in the mirror. I
Like
stopped.
the Michael Jackson song?
Yeah, that's what I thought. I didn't put that. I don't know if there'd be copyrights on it, but
I was hoping you would sing it.
nice. And so the magician archetype exploded that out of me. I was in a constant search to live and learn from any and all resources that offered this transformational thinking uh, from my old way of living. So I really embrace that. I like the magician.
Awesome. So it sounds like the magician story is almost like an invitation to unlock a hidden potential that we didn't know we had and transform our reality. So that might be like a moment of insight or discovery or awakening where you realize that you possess the knowledge, the vision, the tools already. It's already inside of you. It's not out there. You need to
Hmm.
find it. It's in here already.
Precisely.
And you just need to tap into it. And then you can bring profound changes to yourself, to others, to the world. There's unseen forces at work here, right? Mystical, uh, universal truths, take chaos, turn it into order, these
And it,
types of
and
ideas.
it brings peace. I don't know if
Mhm.
that's it's calming. It does
Right, right.
bring peace. All right. Now, let's talk about the levels. There are three ways a magician brand can approach its storytelling depending on its products or services. And at level one, the focus is on facilitating moments of wonder, inspiration, and personal transformation. Products and services help individuals experience change and connect with something extraordinary. Things that would do this are self help books about manifesting dreams or spiritual awakenings, sensory gifts like aroma therapy, guided meditation, immersive tech like virtual reality, mystical tools like tarot cards or crystals, personal transformation programs like life coaching, spiritual retreats or therapy. Let's see, immersive experiences like theater, escape rooms or theme parks designed to create a sense of awe, workshops and self discovery, mindfulness, meditation, makeovers, or style consulting that offer physical transformations.
Awesome. Okay, the level 2 of the magician helps individuals access a state of flow where you are fully immersed in creativity, productivity, or spiritual alignment. These products or services focus on unlocking potential and achieving optimal performance. So these could be creative tools for mastery, like high quality musical instruments or art supplies, design programs, things like that, or ergonomic setups, focus enhancing apps, wearables that track or enhance concentration, journals, planners, or systems that help you reach goals, organize, give you energy, skill mastery like music, writing, coding, peak performance coaching, unlocking your full potential, focus retreats, creativity workshops, all of those fun things.
Excellent. And then level 3, at this level, the magician archetype is about turning dreams into reality, bringing extraordinary visions to life, and enabling transformation on a profound scale. So products and services empower people to create their own miracles. Things that would go with this are like vision boards, manifestation journals, cutting edge tools like AI innovations, 3D printers, uh, just basically seemingly impossible stuff that you see being done. Sacred or symbolic artifacts designed to inspire belief, goal tracking, affirmation apps, vision to reality consulting, philanthropy and legacy planning, branding, strategic innovation.
Awesome. Okay, so let's talk a little bit more about marketing to a magician customer. These customers value personal transformation. They are drawn to brands that align with their ideals and values. And to market effectively to them, magician brands must authentically reflect their own values, vision, and consciousness, and then attract loyal customers who seek meaningful change and believe in the transformative power of the brand. So, your marketing is going to focus on um, authentically portraying what we value, and then the people who align with those values will come to you.
Great. And then now, what does this look like in design and expressing this? Let's start with colors for the magician. Peacock hues, rich iridescent colors like emerald green, sapphire blue, and gold. They evoke a sense of mystery, of beauty, of transcendence. They symbolize opulence, transformation, and mystical allure of hidden potential. We use purples a lot when we brand companies in this. It's a traditional color of magic, wisdom, and spiritual connection. Purple kind of communicates mystery and creativity. Using gradients of purple from deep violet to soft lavender can evoke a sense of depth and otherworldliness, as if drawing the viewer into a realm of possibilities.
Yeah, you could also add some soft glimmers of metallic accents like gold or silver. This also brings a sense of magic. Subtle ombre or like a radiant glow effect can make colors feel alive and dynamic, and this reinforces that transformative nature of the magician.
Nice. Sometimes put sparkles in it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. The imagery, the images you could use like photography with magical themes. Imagery should evoke a sense of like wonder and possibility and transformation. Use elements like light bursts, shimmering particles, or flowing energy to symbolize alchemy and change. Again, talking to photographers, you want like to show them like show aspirational imagery such as thriving landscapes, innovative cities, or individuals achieving extraordinary feats.
Mhm.
These visuals should inspire belief in transformation and the manifestation of dreams. Like show that. Don't be afraid.
Yeah, so some things that you could include in your imagery would be like scenes of metamorphosis, right? Like this magical transformation of a butterfly emerging from a chrysalis or a flower blooming in
Mhm.
time lapse. Light and energy type of ideas, glowing orbs, rays of light coming through the clouds, swirling patterns of light. All of these things suggest synergy or flow. Human achievement, the visionary imagery of individuals on the brink of discovery, holding tools of creation or reaching toward glowing and tangible visions. Also, you could use cosmic or mystical motifs like stars, galaxies, abstract representations of the universe. These like suggest infinite potential.
Nice. And the layout. So now we move to layout of like What would this look like in composition? Have it be flowing. That layout should feel organic and seamless, like kind of guiding the viewer's eye naturally through the content. Use curves or waves or spiraling elements to symbolize transformation and that interconnectedness of ideas. Um, Design elements should feel harmonious with no sharp interruptions, kind of show that the process they're going through, like overlays, blending effects, layered imagery can create overlays, blending effects, and layered imagery can create depth and reinforce the feeling of magic coming together in perfect alignment.
As far as typography goes, this is your chance to choose elegant, slightly decorative fonts for headings that evoke either sophistication or mysticism. You can pair those with like a clean, readable body font for the rest of your text to balance out that aesthetic. Add a subtle glow or subtle shadow effect to highlight keywords or phrases, and I think Brian would emphasize subtle, right? Do not go overkill on this. Not a license.
Now you're being an outlaw, putting a
Yeah.
glow on that.
Transitions and animations in digital designs could kind of help you with this idea. Um, Using smooth transitions like fades, dissolves, or morphing effects between elements to maintain that sense of flow.
Yeah. Have that subtle motion effects, like those particles gently moving. Give it that
Mhm.
sparkle or something that it's you're in this sense of just being in the atmosphere, this magical sense. Symmetry with a twist. While balance is key to synergy, breaking symmetry slightly with unexpected or whimsical elements can evoke that magical quality of transformation and wonder because it's not still.
Oh, that makes sense.
You're transforming into something else.
Yeah. Okay, so the message that you would use in your text should evoke curiosity, inspiration, the desire to transform. It needs to draw people into the magical possibilities of their future, leaving them saying, I want to experience that. Like what that brand is offering, I want that experience. So messaging that sparks awe, wonder, making the audience imagine themselves immersed in these extraordinary moments. So, for example, you could say, unlock the door to an extraordinary life. The transformation begins here. Um, Also, you could, if you have like a cutting edge technology, you could highlight the innovation, the empowerment, positioning the audience as the visionary or the pioneer on the brink of that discovery. So, for example, you could say, step into the future of possibility where your vision becomes reality.
Great example. That's great. The language, um, have it be fascinating and enchanting. Like use vivid, sensory rich words that activate the imagination and makes like an extraordinary feel. Oh, makes
Mm.
yeah. Use vivid, sensory rich words that captivate the imagination and make the extraordinary feel attainable.
Yeah, that makes sense because it seems like the magician is very embodied, right? They want to experience it. And so if you use sensory rich words, it's like what can you sense with your senses, like in your
Yeah, in the
body? So yeah,
present,
that makes
right
sense.
now.
Mhm.
Yeah, exactly. And examples of that is like discover the secret to turning dreams into reality. Your journey of transformation awaits. That's a good way to say
Okay.
something.
You also want to clearly articulate the results of the transformation. So, like, what is it that you're offering or promising, but still maintaining a sense of that mystique or
That discovery, allow that
yeah,
to
the
happen.
mysticism of it, right? So, for example, from ordinary to extraordinary, unlock the hidden potential within you.
Mm,
You also could use emotionally resonant words like unlock, transform, manifest, envision, empower. All of these evoke the archetypes themes. An imaginative and visionary tone with metaphorical language that paints a picture of an ideal future. Go ahead.
Okay. The voice, uh, be expansive. The tone should feel broad and visionary, inviting the audience to think beyond their current boundaries. So use aspirational language that makes people feel a part of something bigger. Like an example for that is like the universe is waiting for you to step into your power. Whoa.
Yeah. So, in addition to expansive, you want to be moving. So, your voice should stir emotions, ignite a sense of wonder and excitement, be inspiring without being overly dramatic. For example, imagine a world where your greatest dreams are within reach because they are.
Oh, that's great. And then be articulate because there is some intelligence there. So speak with clarity, confidence, and a sense of mastery, making the magician feel like a trusted guide to transformation. Avoid jargon instead of using oh, avoid jargon. Instead, use simple, powerful language that resonates universally. For example, like every great transformation starts with a single spark. Let us ignite yours.
All right. So, the brand, of course, that we have to highlight for magician is Disney. So we're going to start by watching their 2023 Super Bowl commercial. And remember, you guys are looking for magician elements in the things that you hear.
Open your eyes.
Think of the one place you've always wanted to see.
This is where our magic comes from?
They say if you dream a thing more than once,
Please, please, please.
it's sure to come true.
Everything you see exists together
In the great circle of life.
There are stories about what happened.
It's true. All of it.
In every job that must be done, there is an element of fun.
I told you she was tricky.
Life is full of possibilities. What do you want to be remembered for?
The world is in our hands, and we gotta do something with it.
I just want to say a word of thanks to all the artists, the workers, and all of you. The young and the young in heart. You helped make this dream come true.
Awesome. I love the little like tinkly magical sounds at the end there.
Inspiring.
So I don't even think we need to discuss it. It just seems like, I mean, they took excerpts from a bunch of their movies. All of those excerpts from their movies were talking about something magical or dreams, transformation, all of it.
And if those words didn't connect with you, the music definitely did.
Right.
Because you can hear that. It's like, wow.
Even the music is
Amazing.
magical.
Yeah. What about
Yes.
ads?
Yeah,
Ads to use.
we have one ad that's got Mickey Mouse in front of Sleeping Beauty's castle at Disneyland, and the ad just says, "Magic is here." And
Period.
then
Period.
period, but the period's a Mickey Mouse head, so that's awesome.
Mhm.
There's another ad that's just got Sleeping Beauty's castle, at night with like that sunset and the fireworks falling around it, and it says, "The magic is calling."
Great.
So, yeah. So other brands that fall into the magician archetype are MasterCard, Polaroid, Sony, Lululemon, Mr. Clean, Axe, Dyson, Xbox, and of course Lucky Charms.
Ooh,
They're
nice.
magically delicious.
That's great. So, a good identity for this is a good identity brand if the product or service is transformative. It's implic All right, let's see. This is a good brand. This is a good identity for your brand if the product or service is transformative. Its implicit promise is to transform the customer. It appeals to new age consumers or cultural creatives. It helps to expand or extend consciousness. It's user friendly. Oh, it is user friendly technology. It has spiritual or psychological components. It is new and very contemporary, or it is a medium to high priced product.
Okay, awesome. So let's go over the key takeaways from today's episode.
Okay.
So let's review the hero again. So the hero represents strength, courage, and the drive to achieve greatness. These brands empower customers to overcome challenges, push boundaries, and succeed through hard work and determination. So this attracts customers who are ambitious, goal-oriented. They value achievement and excellence in the pursuit of mastery. They are inspired by brands that challenge them and celebrate their victories.
All right. The outlaw challenges the status quo, breaks rules, and disrupts conventions.
And goes too fast on the road.
Oh, no. I'm never going to live that down. The brands empower customers to embrace rebellion, freedom, and individuality, attracts bold, unconventional customers who reject mainstream values, seek products or services that reflect their desire for change, independence, and a defiance of societal norms.
And finally, the magician. The magician embodies transformation, vision, and the ability to create extraordinary outcomes. These brands inspire customers to believe in limitless possibilities and guide them in manifesting their dreams. And these brands attract visionaries, dreamers, seekers of transformation who want to unlock their potential and experience something extraordinary. They're drawn to brands that evoke wonder, inspiration, and empowerment. So, by understanding these archetypes and their emotional triggers that resonate with their audiences, your business can craft a brand strategy that deeply connects with your ideal customers and drives loyalty.
Let us know what you think. Okay. Let us know what you think about the hero, outlaw, and magician archetypes. Do you have any questions? Let us know how we can help. If you're finding the content helpful, please subscribe, leave us a review, or rate the podcast. This helps us reach more people trying to build their brands. So check out the link in the show notes to view the entire archetypal wheel. Join us next week as we explore the lover, the everyman, and the jester archetype stories. Remember, keep dreaming big, and until next time, I'm Brian Halley.
And I'm Emily Halley. Take care.